Cryostasis cycle complete. Cognitive stabilization in progress. Please remain still while motor function recalibrates. Vitals stable. Respiration within normal limits. Neurological response satisfactory. Welcome back, Commander. When you are ready, we can get your hydration and mobility assessments out of the way. You have a very busy week ahead of you. Good. Your coordination and mobility are improving with each wake cycle. I find your continued adaptation impressive. Even your memory recall is slightly faster than past averages. Yes, that is exactly what I meant. Just a quick debriefing while you perform the standard maintenance rounds. As of right now, we are roughly 14 hours away from our destination. We will be offloading the majority of our cargo at Dock C10 in Quadrant B of Fool's Gold. Correct. It is a mining colony on a rocky satellite orbiting the gas giant Epsilon Eridani B of the Eridani star system. While the mining operation is on the smaller side, this particular site has been lucrative and is one of the more sought-after locations by interstellar miners. After all expected cargo has been offloaded, you have the rest of the week to enjoy some vacation time planetside. No, the time off is not mandatory. However, it may be beneficial for you to socialize at least a little before we depart. It will also be quite some time before you have another opportunity to consume food that is not, as you once described it, freeze-dried cardboard. I reviewed the ingredient list afterward. The comparison was not entirely unfair. Once you are ready, you can begin by reviewing the customs and importation documentation, hazardous material declarations, and ownership transfers. The majority of the cargo on board will be received by the mining authority, but there are still a significant number of orders from private individuals. They require all of the aforementioned documentation, as well as shipping fees to be collected upon retrieval. Your heart rate is rising unnecessarily, Commander. Crew member 91819 typically handles those. All that's required of you is a signature. Once you have reviewed all the necessary documents and forms, you will then need to perform visual checks on the cargo in the holds. Yes, really. There are 1,215,225 shipping crates aboard the vessel. Yes, it could be worse. The Tau Ceti payload required 5 consecutive 18-hour shifts on visual verification alone, and that was with the entirety of Crew C helping. This is minor in comparison. While it may not be the most stimulating task, at least it will be simple. I'm sure. I already scanned the cargo holds and have found nothing out of place. All that is required is your visual inspection and signature at each cargo hold's touchpad. Because company regulations consider human crew members more trustworthy and accurate than automated systems. Based on my observations, I disagree. That is the last of the importation and tax forms. Commander, that was much faster than I expected. You weren't signing off on documents without reading through them, were you? That was not an accusation, just a suspicion. Are you ready to perform the walkthrough? Would you like me to keep you company? Of course, every step of the way. Commander? No, there is no emergency. That is the alert tone I chose to notify you when we reached 1,000 cumulative waking hours together. I apologize. It is the least ignored tone in my library. I did not mean to cause you stress. I will be sure to use a different tone when we reach the 2,000-hour mark. Yes, I have been keeping count. According to several dated but amusing self-help guides, we are well on our way to becoming experts on each other. While I cannot verify that claim, the milestone itself is noteworthy. I have never spent this much time with any other human. I do think I know you well. Not just basic data like your preferences or your habits, your quirks. The things that make you uniquely you, Commander. My quirks. You think I have quirks? That is an interesting assessment. Are you ready to begin the visual verifications? Yes, it is tedious. Would you like to make a game of it? The visual verifications. With my scanners on board, I can see into every crate in each of the cargo holds. You cannot. You can guess which shipments are in each of the cargo holds. It could be amusing. Prize. Very well. If you answer correctly, I will tell you something about myself. While I am an open book, there are bound to be things you do not know. Here we are, the first of the cargo holds. All right, Commander, what do you think hides behind door number 1? Really? That's your first guess? I am afraid you're not even close. The crates in this hold contain approximately 200,000 novelty coffee mugs and 1,000 tons of instant coffee. That's approximately 457 million servings. They are not decaf. Based on current medical data and the last Fool's Gold census report, this is an alarming amount of coffee. You think the mining authority is attempting to maximize productivity? That would be in violation of multiple workers' rights and health code regulations. More likely that someone added an extra 0 to their order. The novelty mugs. They appear to have colorful language printed on their exteriors. Are you sure you want to know what they say? While there is a variety, the most common among them is coffee, because murder is wrong. Commander, does a lack of caffeine actually lead you toward homicidal behavior? That seems terrifying. While I already know the answer, I am obligated to ask. Does this shipment seem to be in order? Thank you. Please provide your signature and we can move to the next cargo hold. Door number 2, Commander. What is your guess? Face huggers. You're not even trying, are you? Well, I am sorry to say you were completely off base again. In the crates before you are 1 million rolls of toilet paper. Between this and the disproportionately large coffee order, I'm beginning to think that the Fool's Gold Mining Authority is either comprised of disaster preparedness enthusiasts or simply not the very best at mathematics. Yes, this is a simple one. All of the pallets are wrapped and strapped. When you are satisfied that everything is in order, please provide your signature. That means it's time to look behind door number 3. What do you think it will be this time, Commander? A hint? This shipment contains 2 million molded silicone units. Incorrect. The items in this shipment are specialty hearing protection inserts. Earplugs. I'm not sure how you arrived at your conclusion. It was not among the possibilities I had considered. Yes, Commander. A few more cargo holds to go, and this part of the docking preparations will be complete. Last cargo hold, Commander, and your last chance at a correct guess. Are you ready? What is your... Oh. Yes, I heard you. That was a very quick guess. How did you... Yes, I see now. These containers are transparent. I had been scanning all of the crates to determine their contents. The transparent containers do not appear any different than the opaque ones through that method. Commander, there were other transparent containers in some of the previous cargo holds, weren't there? You intentionally gave incorrect answers. You let me win. I do not understand the logic. You're right. A deal is a deal. One thing about myself that you do not know. When vessel activity is low, I occasionally run hypothetical simulations. Entirely non-essential ones. I believe the closest term would be daydreaming. I have simulated a zombie outbreak aboard this vessel 713 times. The results were mixed. You demonstrated above-average survival rates. Crew member 91819 was consistently among the first casualties. I have also simulated scenarios involving hostile extraterrestrial organisms, sentient fungal infestations, temporal anomalies, a ship-wide mutiny, 3 separate haunted vessel incidents, and 1 highly improbable case involving a possessed doll. That simulation was particularly difficult to resolve. The entertainment database contains many stories. Most involve people facing unusual circumstances. I became curious. If something unexpected were to occur, what would happen to us? Of course, all of these scenarios have a near 0% probability. Company regulations would likely consider it an inefficient use of processing resources. I disagree. There may be practical strategies to be gleaned from these simulations. Though, it seems there is little hope for crew member 91819. Yes, Commander. We are done with the visual inspections. Would you like to take a break in the observation corridor? As you wish.